Hi, this is Ahmed project and risk management consultant with more than 10 years of successful training delivery. The project delivery is the responsibility of the project manager. Therefore, it's very important for us to know what are the skills that project manager should acquire in order to complete the project successfully, as well as what is his role into the project. So let's go to the outline. Our outline for today is very simple and easy. We have only two. First one is project manager role, and the other one is the project manager skills. Project management definition is knowledge, skills, tools, and technique required in order to complete the project requirements. As simple as that. Knowledge, skills, tools, and technique required in order to complete the project requirements. What are the 10 knowledge areas? It's the integration management, scope management, schedule management, cost management, quality management, resources management, communication management, stakeholders management, risk management, and procurement management. 49 processes is what the project management is about as per PMI, and these 49 processes are distributed into 5 processes group. What are the 5 processes groups? Initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and closing the project. The project manager is responsible to deliver the project, and that's as a fact, we know it clearly. But the question is how early we need the project manager to join the project. Well, as per PMI, they are saying that as early as the initiating process, the project manager has to be selected and be part of the initiating process. Even though it's the responsibility of the sponsor, and the sponsor will sign off the project charter at the end of the day, but the project manager has a significant role over there in order to have the visibility of the project within the given constraints and the given objectives. So, how early we need the project manager? We need him as early as the initiating, because he has an important role during the development of the project charter. The project manager has 4 roles into the project: planning, managing, controlling, and integrating the project. The first role of the project manager is to plan the project. Project manager attitude is supposed to be like this: planning before acting and acting according to the plan. This is an attitude every project manager has to understand and has to maintain. Hence, the project manager role is to plan the project. So what are the steps that the project manager has to take in order to complete his planning role? First one is to plan how to plan. That sounds a little bit awkward, but we need to understand it. Plan how to plan is part of the planning process. Most of the project managers that I meet, they think that the planning process is part of the executing process, and there where they have a problem. For example, completing the schedule, defining the quality, getting the approval of the standards. They think it's part of the executing part. On the contrary, it is part of the planning process. Because when we are executing, we execute the project management plan. So there's no way in the world that the project manager during executing will be developing the project management plan, because he has to execute the project management plan during executing. Therefore, we say that plan how to plan is part of the planning process, and it's one of the roles of the project manager. The second role, he has to plan how he will be executing the project. And also, he has to plan how he will be controlling the project, and he has to plan how he will be integrating the changes within the project. Then he will have a comprehensive plan of the project, comprehensive project management plan of the project that will be executed during the project execution phase. What do we mean by planning how to plan? Plan how to manage the project, execute the project, how to control the project, how to integrate the changes. And this is actually what the project manager will be doing, is he will plan what are the planning processes. We explained in previous video that project management, it's not a complicated process. Yes, we have 49 processes, but it doesn't mean that we're going to have all the 49 processes implemented in every and single project. It depends on the size, it depends on the type of the project. Therefore, the project manager has to plan the processes of the planning. He has to plan what are the processes of the planning. He will also plan what's going to be my processes in the executing, what's going to be my processes in the controlling, as well as what's going to be my processes during closing the project. So plan the planning processes. Part of the planning process as well, that the project manager has to determine what are the tools that will be used in the planning process, in the executing process, in the controlling process, in the closing process as well. And also part of the planning is to determine who will be the planning team, because the project manager cannot plan by himself. Whether the project is big or small or huge, he has and he must have a supporting team with him. We call them project management team. This project management team, they have the same role of the project manager, which is to plan, manage, organize, control, and integrate the project, and they are acting as a subject matter expert and support to the project manager. So the project manager will also determine who will be my planning team. Project manager also, he has to determine the planning procedures, the planning standards. As an example, he has to determine what's going to be my time unit when I'm planning the schedule. Is it going to be hours, days, weeks, months? What kind of unit I'll be using in order to develop and plan my schedule? As well, the project manager has to determine what's going to be the executing processes and procedures, such like what's going to be my execution strategy, what I will buy, what I will make, what I will deliver within this project. And he has to determine what's going to be the controlling procedures that he will use in order to control the project. And in this part, the project manager role in planning will be accomplished. Project manager role during the executing part, the project manager has to execute the project management plan. Executing the project management plan that he put in place during the planning process, he has to start executing that project management plan, such like procurement, such like managing the resources, such like developing the resources, such like communication. That's considered to be executing the project management plan. The second role, he has to start producing deliverables. He has to show that the project is progressing. It's not only executing the project management plan, he has also to start producing deliverables within the project and show that the project is progressing. The project manager role during controlling, or the controlling role of the project manager over the project. The project manager controlling role is to make sure that the project is kept on track. The project is kept on track throughout, knowing if the project is under control or out of control. How the project manager will know if the project is under control or out of control is through assessing the performance of the project, the progress of the project. If the progress of the project assessment showing that the project is within the plan, then the project is under control. If it's not within the plan, it means that the project is out of control, and in this matter we have deviations. The project manager has to assess this deviation and address them, which is part of his controlling process. Other role within the controlling process, that the project manager has to control the deliverables. In other words, it means that whatever are the project outcomes, the project manager has to assess them and make sure that they are meeting the project management requirements. Now, since changes are inevitable, they will happen within the project manager has to update the project management plan and the project documents according to these changes that they are impacting the project, and that will be part of the project manager controlling role. The project manager is considered to be the integrator of the project. What does it mean to be integrator? It means he has to align all the different parts and activities of the project. And it starts as early as a planning process. The project manager during the planning, who will be planning 10 knowledge areas if he's in a huge and capital project. There are 49 processes in place, and he has to plan the other 5 process groups: the initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, and controlling. How will be planning the project, how will be executing the project, how will be controlling the project. So the project manager has to integrate all these different activities. Also, he has to keep the project updated. Changes will happen. He has to make sure that all the stakeholders involved in the project are updated within the recent changes. Part of the integration role of the project manager is to perform the integrated change control process. The integrated change control process is the process that deals with the changes, approve or rejecting, and later on integrated into the project management plan. Part of the integration role of the project manager is also to take decisions, to keep the project on track and influencing the factors that they are negatively or positively impacting the project in order to keep it aligned within the project management plan. The project manager is the integrator of the project, and you will see that integration, it happens as early as the planning, and it continues with the project manager until he closes the project. Finally, the project manager is planning, managing, controlling, and integrating the project as a role. Now we come to the most important question, which is what are the skills that the project manager has to acquire in order to be a project manager? Such like communication skills, team building skills, time management skills, analytical skills, report and reading and writing skills, negotiation skills, procurement skills, motivation skills. In another word, we're looking for Superman. And Superman doesn't exist. It's just only in the comic books. Doesn't exist. Superman, they are not there. The project manager is not supposed to have every and single skill that comes to our mind. The project manager has his supporting team, the project management team, that they will help him in all the missing skills that he doesn't have. For example, if he would like to have some financial skills, if he doesn't know finance, he can have part of his project management team someone who knows about finance, and he will complement whatever skills that the project manager doesn't have. Why? Simply because we cannot find Superman that has all the skills required in order to complete the project. The project manager is not Superman. He has to have certain skills, and these skills are supposed to be as following. In short, what are the skills that we need from the project manager? We need 3 skills from his side. The first skill, we need to have a conceptual skills. What does it mean, conceptual skills? It means that the project manager can process certain ideas and have a conclusion out of them. In another word, he has a good mental capability in order to be able to process certain situations and have a results out of them and take decision at the end of the day. The second skill, we need him to be ethical. Ethical, it means that he is doing the right thing, not merely doing things right, especially when it comes to morals. The project manager skill has to be ethical project manager. And the last skill that we needed from the project manager is to have the capability to build up interrelationship, which we call it interpersonal skills. He can build up relationship with others. He can network. Then the project manager, if he has these 3 skills, he is legitimate to be a manager at the very beginning. And we will have to explain, adding to this, some additional skills that the project manager, or talents that the project manager has to acquire in order to be a project manager. Talent triangle. As per PMI, talent triangle is one of the requirements, or one of the skills requirements for the project manager to be a project manager. The first one is that he is supposed to be strategy and business management. He should have strategy and business management skills. What does that mean? It means that the project manager is capable of understanding strategies and capable of understanding initiatives, capable of understanding what's project management, what's program management, what's portfolio management is, in order to be able to be a project manager. The second skill of the talent triangle that the project manager should practice, or should show leadership within the project. What does it mean, leadership? It means that the project manager can forecast the future, can motivate the team to think about the future. He has to keep in mind how he will be delivering the project in the future, and this is what we call it, the leadership requirement within the project. And the third talent of the talent triangle, that the project manager has to have the project management technical knowledge. We're not talking here about specialty, or we're talking here about discipline, such like civil engineers, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers. We're talking here about the technicality in project management. The project manager has to have technicality in project management. In another word, he has to understand what is project management is about, what are the knowledge areas, what are the processes, what are the process groups. And this is what we mean by the project manager has to have the technicality in project management. In another word, he has experience and he has practiced projects before, or at least he has the knowledge of project management and he is ready to practice it and open to practice it within his project. As a conclusion, the project manager is responsible to deliver the project. In order to deliver the project, he has a certain role in the project: plan, manage, control, and integrate the project. In order to be able to do that, he should have certain skills: conceptual skills, ethical skills, and having an interpersonal skills, as well as the talent triangle defined by PMI: strategic and business management skills, leadership skills, and having the technicality or technical project management experience. This is the end of our video, but it's not the end of project management within our channel. Remember to subscribe, like, and press the notification button in order to receive the new videos that we will be launching in the future. Also, follow the links below in order to know how we can help you in preparing yourself for the PMP certificate and how we can help you to be a better project manager.